most important element of all is the time. Opposite.
Okay.
You need to be bold and willing to invest more to make the project successful.
Today we had the guest Kristjan from Invego, which is one of the top real estate developers here in Baltics. They have more than 1.3 thousand homes delivered, and they're building in Estonia, Latvia, and Portugal.
If you find your niche, how to make value, then just work for your niche.
And we spoke about topics like the biggest mistakes in developing his real estate projects, how much things cost, why not to go to do real estate development in Dubai, creative inspirations, and a bunch of other topics.
And why art is so expensive.
Today is yesterday. So if you're thinking to serve today's market, then you have lost.
Good day, Kristjan. From where did you came today?
Hello. Thank you for having me. I came today from Portugal, Algarve.
Why so? What happens in Portugal?
That's our third market where Invego operates, where I'm leading Invego. Then this is our work there.
And how big is the business, and what does the business do?
It's a real estate business. We are real estate developers. So we are operating in 3 countries, Estonia, Latvia, and Portugal. And we have more than 30 projects. And one of them is in Portugal, newest country. So I just was there, 3 days in the, and then flight here. And before that, I was also in Latvia, fly to the Portugal.
A lot of back and forth, eh?
Yeah, back and forth. And today evening, I go to the Estonia.
Wow. What's the secret behind why Portugal instead of Spain, maybe other markets? I don't know, France.
That's the long story. Do you want to hear it? Or
short version of the
short
long
version. It's actually, if we look... I used to one winter stayed in South Spain, and then I have visited South France, and then I used to live some years in Florida. So when kind of seeing what happening in the South, it was kind of what has been happening in South France, South Spain, Florida during last 50 years. Then there is not anymore much coastline what is underdeveloped. And when the COVID started and the switch for not need to be anymore in New York or Frankfurt or whatever other cities, but you can actually work from home. That shift actually made a transition that the South market started to boom. And then we we looked before, but then it was, okay, now it's time to act. And we bought our first lands in beginning of 23. So it's when the COVID was already started. So yeah.
You assessed what like these different more southern European countries, and you decided Portugal for some specific reason, or
that was still
Spain,
the Spain is so overpopulated in South
Right.
Spain. If you look to Malaga, Marbella, the coastline, when we looked what happened from 2021 when COVID started and up to 2 years ago, then the prices has been doubled or even tripled in there, also in Florida, in California, all the southern regions. Many companies have moved their offices there, or they stay there most of the time, and going couple of days to the big cities to the office. And if you look at real estate prices, example in US, in Florida, to have been doubled or tripled during that time compared to New York prices, what maybe have less than 2% has raised, right, or even stayed the same. So it's and that's why was the reason why. And the other reason was we wanted the old and stable Europe, not some strange country. That was and then this was our opportunity. And as I told the long story, the other part was there that our team member who has lead our projects already 15 years, He actually has studied in Portugal engineering, speaks fluent Portuguese, has Portugal wife, and we have visited and thinking to for a next future project there because of him, because our the key employee who wants to spend the next years there. So that's also that plays a role.
Invego, real estate development company.
Yes.
You're not building the homes.
No.
You're subcontracting them, right?
Yes, that's very, very important that we... there's many developers who has brought in the building arm or made a little building company under them. And we especially has been wanted to avoid that. We want to be a small team because we need to be creative. We need to be agile. To look the market which way to move, and not if you think that we have together with all the 3 countries teams like 35-40 people, and then right away if we bring something, I don't know, example the construction team under, it will come another 100 people.
Sure.
And the focus will go completely in the wrong direction. The management needs to deal with the creating the business and the product.
You're selling it also, or you don't have the selling part yourself?
We have selling part, yes.
Yourself.
Sale, yeah. That's
and what
that's most of the biggest developers have their own selling. Let's say it's usually if you sell 100+ units per year, then you have your own selling department.
And what are the key business metrics this type of business needs to track or keep? How to measure? Are you successful? Not successful? Is it just profit, or what is the number in this kind of the real estate development niche?
There is many measurements. Who looks what? Who looks the numbers? Who looks the profits? Who looks the amount of sold homes? I will look the way that our employees want to work in Invego. That's kind of the like a coolest value that many of them has come from a different competitors even we can say, and if they say that they love it here and it's a huge difference, then that's like a nicest compliment.
What do you do to make sure that happens? What's like some of the things, the practical things?
Practical things, I think it starts from the mindset. We are how you say, and we work as a one family. Not like a different level of structure. So we are what is the word? Flat organization,
okay.
and that's that flat organization can work roughly around when it's up to the 50 people, and that's why we also want to avoid to grow too big in the amount of the people, and that allows us to work with the best of the partners. So we are kind of the creative part and project managing part. So we work with the best architect, best lawyers, best financials, best contractors, best builders, best, yeah.
Is there something you do specifically on a team management side to make sure, okay, you have this approach of having a flat organization that helps with being agile and quick and so on? And in terms of the everyday team management practices, principles, something that makes you as an employer a place to go?
I would say that not specifically. We are not doing every week some team events or some special
not
training.
Consciously.
Not consciously. It's just the mindset that we are key elements that we are here for everyone. Everybody in the management, in the whoever position you are in the company, the mouth in your face is to speaking. So speak up.
You can speak up.
Speak up. There is no topic what you can speak, and then and we value everyone's ideas. So everyone will be involved of the developing a new product, new project, new. So that's important part that whatever, even if they are, for example, I don't know, the sales or construction or engineering part, they are involved.
Right. Okay. What would you say are, like, in simple words, 3 hardest things about being a real estate developer?
You need to understand it. That's very long game,
Right.
and it.
Not like crypto trading.
It's and amounts. I mean, money amounts are really big. So you mean you can't do real estate without taking a big loans.
Right.
So that way the risks are also really high. So you just then need to believe what you do, and but this is I think the hardest that many don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, it's a scale business, right?
You think that to start some, I don't know, one house development even in here, you need immediately I don't know, borrow 5 million plus, and that takes the years and the years and the years to finish that. Usually the shortest cycle is like 4 or 5 years in the project, and then the market can change, everything can change, and you need to just to
adapt,
take that risk.
Right.
So, and if you look, and then if you look back of last 5 years, everything what has been happened in the COVID and the war and everybody going up and down, and then the construction material prices going up and down. So you just need to be willing to play that game.
Yeah. Okay.
How did you start in this game? Like, what was your how did you do it? Like, what's your story?
I have done all kind of businesses. I started in my entrepreneurship, selling ice cream when I was 10 or 11, and then and in a high school doing some business, and then different
entrepreneur.
And then different businesses. So I have been entrepreneur all my life, kind of. But then some day I thought, I don't have any mortgage, so I take a mortgage and I buy my first apartment and then renting it out. Then after a couple of years, I had already 5 apartments bought and designed and rented them out. And then after that, actually, I thought, maybe I develop myself little houses that I don't buy them from myself, and then that way it started, and then then came the first partner and employee, and so it's and now it has been grown last 10-15 years.
So it was like an organic process, basically, instead of deciding that you're going to do this and then kind of going at it. Okay. Nice.
But the apartments, when you bought them like with your own money, just full on, flat out bought, or you had loans, or how
I took loans to my friends and then borrowed rest from the bank, and then I was doing really good until the crisis 2008 hit. Then actually I was
crashed,
lost everything and started from the scratch.
When you say lost everything, what do you mean?
I needed to pay back to the banks, so I needed to sell all the real estate what I had.
In 2008?
In 2008 and 2009, So, and then I started just, let's say, with the trust of a couple of investors. I started 2009, 2010, and with the first smaller projects. And the cool part is that these same investors are my big investors today. So we have they have kind of been going in a next one and the next project together, and I can call them really good partners during.
Was it the biggest crisis you had in business back in this 2008, or you've had some other situations where you were struggling?
I think if you was in a real estate, then at least in this part of the world, everybody got hit in 2008 and 9, and I was of course then young and not experienced, and definitely today think, oh, I have done this thing differently or whatever. But
And to recover from that, was it emotionally hard or kind of easy because it was just a situation, it affected everyone, and it was kind of, you got back to it? Or did you lose confidence?
I never thought that this way. It's I was actually thinking that I was young and just starting.
Right.
And that was that I didn't put my head under the sand and waiting that something will change. I actually went to the banks and said, okay, we have a problem. Let's agree something because I want to do business next 10, 20 years. So let's try to solve it. And made an agreement with every bank. I lose, they lose. We made an agreement to solve the cases what we had.
What would you say to like a young guy that's watching this podcast and is thinking about real estate development? They check like these influencers from Dubai, everybody's making money. You have the website full of like really cool, exciting projects that you've made happen. What are the niches that you could get into these days? What do you think would be like a nice potential area for real estate development if somebody was trying to do that from scratch, you know, if you like you were younger?
I will for a younger I will say don't look what you see on the the Instagram or
YouTube,
TikTok
whatever,
or Dubai or YouTube, so don't go for a speculative.
Okay,
think how you can create the value. So and that if you find
that's
your
hard
niche,
to think like that, huh?
If you find your niche, how to make value, then just work for your niche and can
you give an example from your mindset when you're saying how to create value? What does it mean? Okay, it sounds very good, and I understand it from being an entrepreneur myself, but from somebody that hasn't done business, like creating value, what does it mean?
We have in our portfolio 30 plus projects. Today we are 5 projects in development in Estonia, 8 projects in Latvia, 1 project in Portugal. But in every project, we think what is a why of that project? Why it's different?
Right.
What is the advantages?
Right.
And if you can, think these, then and you believe them, then you can make it successful project. So that's so finding the niche and the advantages in what you do. So it's
how do you do that? For example, let's say like this search for the new project. Clearly, you're working at scale, so you have already a system in place. But on a more simple basis, if you were doing 1 or 2 or 3 projects per year altogether, what's your simplified process for identifying where to build, what to build, and how to do it?
That's coming with the experience, the gut feeling, the reading the market trends, because it's really easy to do the really good project in the wrong place or a bad project in the right place. I think the main thinking should be that I would say that the way that today is yesterday.
Right.
So if you're thinking to serve today's market, then you have lost.
Right.
You need to think ahead. So what are the tomorrow's need? If you start the real estate project, then you start buying the land, then you're doing the projecting, you're doing the business plan. 2 years has went before you start construct. Then you start to construct, then it will be ready for after 3-4 years, and then people gonna live there next 50 years.
Yeah, 50
so if you're doing something what was
trendy, like a couple
trendy
years
in the day when you started, and it's not anymore trendy, you already has lost. So it's that's. And of course, every project can't be successful. You are need to accept that sometimes you fail as well. You are not maybe
Always right.
always go right, but willing to think that what people need in the future, or how that trends will change, and serve that, and this way you find your niche.
Okay, makes sense.
It's interesting that you don't see the risk in, let's say, here in Latvia, we're having less population every year. So more people die than get born, right? Isn't that a big risk? Even like, who's gonna buy my apartment?
That's a good point. Last year, around over a year ago, we sit in my team in the dinner in one of the nice restaurants in Riga, and we was thinking, okay, what campaign or what message we should bring out. And there was that Latvia has the European worst
Population
decline number, and so the population is declining. So we came up with the idea that Latvia need more kids.
Right.
So, and that was actually really, really successful. And the same problem is also in Estonia. So we have the same this problem. But if you look at it's also in my opinion, it's changing a little bit. It's the Latvia was, I don't know, 1 million. Riga was 1 million people. Today it's like 670 something, 680. But 680 is really big, nice city. And if you look compared to the Estonia and Lithuania, the real estate development is really need a lot of money. So we have investors in most of our projects. We invest always. I invest together with investors, and we invest, so we will be always skin in the game. And then we have rules, what has been developed during the years, that we never start the construction when we have sold certain amount of homes. So meaning
unless you have sold.
Unless we have sold.
Okay.
That means that we have proven that this location is right, that product is right, that the price is right. And it's actually need for a market for that product.
All your key assumptions are proven right.
Yes, and that's that rule what we just made in the years back, that we following in with every project. And
what is the rule?
That mean that it's 20-30% we need to sell it before we start the construction.
When you say sell it, you mean like a deposit or a full payment for the?
No, like deposit, like in a market terms, 10 5 to 15% down payment, depends what kind of financing people. So that actually gives us also security. So and today we are so big that we are doing the construction tender before we start to work together, and then we have a kind of the calling option not to start to construct. Okay, of course, we cover all the cost of the construction company, but we are not ending ever up the situation where we have a half house ready, but no sales.
Right.
Bank is not financing. So because the banks in Latvia, Estonia, same in Portugal, in the rest of the world, they want the pre-sales.
Right.
And then they finance the construction. So meaning if we have 20% pre-sales, then actually the risks is down, because and if we have a strong construction company, bank finance the last part, then all the clients can be also safe to buy, because they know that this product will be finished, even if something will, I don't know, happen with us.
Yeah.
And how do you pre-sell? Like, what's the main way? Is it just like, posting on?
That's marketing, different activities.
Brokers, real estate brokers.
We are selling ourselves. So we have our own sale team, and we are.
How much money do you spend to sell like 20% on marketing? Like, is there some numbers? I think it's hard to convince somebody. Like, there's nothing. There's gonna be something, but
that actually was a good story. That when we entered to the years back to the Latvian market, we came here. So I believe to the market. I see the trends and first I thought, okay, we come to do from first project from the scratch, buy the land, do the project in permits, construction, start to sell. and everyone told that in Latvia you can't sell anything on the paper because after the crisis nobody trusts the developer, and somehow I don't know, we put our references what we have done in Estonia, and actually Latvian trusted us,
right.
and we was able to sell this 20-30% before start the construction, and has done it until that same.
Times. Have you had projects where you have not managed to hit this benchmark 20% pre-sold and you have to drop it, or not really ever happen?
No, not luckily not.
Wow. Okay.
So, but that we really doing hard work before.
Sure.
Going to the market.
You got to be very convinced.
And that saying that, yes, we have bought the project, what we are not putting on the market because we are thinking it's not the right time of, or numbers doesn't work, but then we are not putting it on the market. So meaning these ones what we have launched,
right?
Then these ones are working, but
those not.
There is a huge work before that,
sure.
And that. Work with the numbers and testing it. And
could you give a bit of a breakdown of like a P&L of an average project? Let's say on average, your development project requires 20 million of capital expense or like investment. Of that, let's say, I don't know, 20% is equity, your own or investors' money. Then the rest is bank, and then that's the investment required, and then you sell it for overall 30 million over a 3-year period. You make 10 million, 5 million or something, and then that's an IRR of 30 or some breakdown like that. If you think about it, those terms.
For let's say the target is IRR 20 plus.
20 plus. Okay.
Yeah, if it's a really successful project, it has been 30 plus. If it's not successful, maybe it's 18. But always target is 20 plus. But the size is a little bit limiting it. Maybe one small project you can achieve maybe big numbers or not. But if you're doing it like we're doing 100 plus homes, most of our project is like 200 to 500 homes. Then and that makes it time-wise that it takes 5 to 7 years, let's say, and to be able to do 5 to 7 years every year IRR 20 plus, then this is, I think, the more important that it's not dying during the process.
Right. But roughly how it looks like on, let's say, 100 unit project would require how much investment on average overall?
In a percentage wise, it's depends on the market. Let's say the land price in Estonia is more expensive. If you want with the building right, if you're willing to buy without building right, you just this permitting process is. Compared to Latvia is like 3 to 5 times slower.
Really? Latvia is ridiculous. So you're saying in Estonia
Latvia is really good.
Oh my God, man.
Tell
it to my... I'm building a house in Mešparks, like my private house, and it's a fucking nightmare.
I would. My experience has been really great. Like I said,
our Latvian people say it completely opposite.
Yeah. You never. It's
you don't have the experience
and Latvians are similar. They are never satisfied. They are always too slow or too expensive. Right. That's they are never happy. But in overall, if we compare, then let's say we have the old Europe, Portugal.
Sure.
Old Europe.
That is even worse. So there you need to understand the bureaucracy
really
takes next level. Yeah. Wow. And then sadly, the Estonia, what's supposed to be like a really like a
advanced,
efficient and advanced. And then during last 10 years, we have kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
And the bureaucracy-wise, it in a bigger cities, it takes like a really long time. Mainly in Tallinn, that has been went in a wrong way during the last 10 years. But in Riga, my experience has been really positive. That was actually, as I told, this 7 years ago when we made a first test project in Latvia. I was foreigner coming here. Everybody telling that in Latvia there is you need to know everybody. There is corruption. There you can't get nothing done. And my experience was different. I just was consistent and pushed and pushed and pushed. Yes, we asked a meeting with the mayor and everything actually moved in the right direction. I was getting things done, and then this 4 years ago we took like a decision that we make the Latvia and Riga for our second home market.
Right.
Because of that actually it was possible for a foreign company to do business here.
Right.
And
Could you share though the question about some investment amount? So on 100, like if somebody is looking to build whatever, not even 150 units, how much money? And that's real residential average economy class units. How much money it requires to build something like that with the land, with the construction, with everything?
I can give you. I remember this Vitolu Parks where we have 363 homes. Construction started half a year ago. The land itself costs like 2.5 million, and then some.
Just the land.
Just the land. Then pre-construction costs, so meaning projecting and marketing and all of that, another million. And then because it's the first stage, then we need to put also construction equity. There was like another 1.8 million construction equity, so meaning roughly 5 million something is the
starting
what you need.
But that's including to
that's
complete
the bigger size. If you go a little smaller, then but the size will give the advantages as well. If you buy
economy of scale.
The scaling effect comes. The work is kind of the same in our team. If we were doing in 50, that's why we are avoiding any project less than 100 units today.
Logical, makes sense.
Maybe like for me, your primary objective is to buy and then sell, and then you're still making some money from the buildings, right? Like,
do you on that question? Do you rent a house as well, or you just focus on selling?
It depends on the market. We have done a rental apartment home in the past when it was a market. Today there is no market.
Oh, really? People don't rent.
The yields are so low, so the construction costs are quite high. So there is, there is no business.
Oh, really?
So the last rental houses also in the Latvian pension funds bought was like 5 years ago, something like that. But we are doing office buildings. So meaning we doing also cash flow projects. Last year we finished Kruli Park development. Was one of the biggest office developments during last 10 years in a 36,000 square meter in Tallinn.
Can offices also buy office places? Is that like a thing?
No, we are renting them.
Yeah, I know, but like, can they just buy typically?
Well, if you want to move into an office and you buy the office, for sure.
Some projects, some developers are doing it, but we haven't done it.
That you build out a house that's like a building that's an office building and you sell the office. Yeah, for sure they do. Yeah.
But that it will be a little bit nightmare of managing it. You think that then you have 20 different owners of these buildings, and
then it's difficult.
It's not ideal, but some companies wants to buy and some developers doing it.
Okay. We have another quick question and answer activity. So I'll give you, I think 7 very quick questions. They're very simple, basically kind of yes or no, and you say which one you prefer. So let's say to develop a real estate project, would you rather prefer to have the location being urban, somewhere city center, or suburbs?
It's not the right answer. You need to look all the elements.
Quick one.
Both.
Both. Okay.
I want to do both.
Okay.
And the ideal is that we are doing in Latvia right now. We are doing in 7 different locations, 7 different products.
Yeah.
So to serve the whole market.
Right.
Because if you want to want to live in this part of the city and you want that price level product or that size of the product, then
you gotta have different products. Makes sense. Would you like to prefer developing small premium projects or large scale economy class projects?
We want to do both, but we need to understand that the market is that it's a pyramid.
Right.
So
what's the answer?
Let's say if you have 10 projects, then one this premium one, and the rest goes the medium ones and the lower level ones.
What do you prefer? Location? Would you focus on rather location or potential for growth? For the value of the building that you build out, or you focus on that it's the best location possible?
In a real estate is location, and location gives the growth and the value. So it's
What do you rather deal with? Regulatory problems, bureaucracy, or market volatility?
Market volatility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather prefer having an in-house construction team or an outsourced construction team?
Yeah, I already answered. We want to use with top partners. Outsource.
Yes.
I think that the top construction companies has 100+ workers. They have their engineer teams, constructors who has been with the experience of 10+ years.
Okay.
So we want to work with them.
Makes sense. Last question. Would you focus rather on speed or quality of developing your project?
The most important here is the balance. Business-wise, I didn't say it before, but in a real estate business, development business, the most important element of all is the time.
Yeah.
So you need to control the time. When you start to buy the land, then actually the equity cost will start to tick.
Melts
and if
away.
you think that you put like 2 million down in the first day, then the cost for every day is tens of thousands.
Oh yes. Oh man.
And managing this time is the main element of the development business.
Okay, going a little bit into spicier topics. So now Dubai is considered it is officially the biggest real estate market, I think, in terms of the value of the deals done. Why deal with small Latvia, small little Baltics where people are dying out? There's nobody there. Why not go to Dubai and build fucking skyscrapers? In other words, what do you think about Dubai real estate market? If you have any thoughts at all?
There was when we came here 5+ years ago, then I made the market church, met with many developers here, and then some of them telling me, "Yeah, you are Estonians coming to the Latvia. We Latvians, we going to the Poland and Germany."
Right.
I was very good.
Yeah, it's good that you go there.
Very good. Then and the same also in you need to work where you feel yourself confident, and I feel myself home in Latvia, and I love Riga. So I don't love Dubai. I have been visited Dubai, and I don't understand that market. That it's driven in not normal trends.
Right.
It's driven in some hype is one thing, and then probably because of where let's say some money what is not accepted in Europe can go. It's not the real need of the Dubai real residents. So it's and that also mean that it can snap and the market can be changed as well. Yes, crazy what has been happened all last 20 years there.
But that's what it is. Okay. So question about, I think you mentioned some examples, but the biggest mistakes that you've had in developing real estate projects, the biggest fuck ups, in other words, that you've had. Can you share some or one?
Yeah, one fuck up was when I trust a cheap price and hired a construction company who made a cheap price, and then it ended up blackmailing us and sending them away with police. There has been, of course, small fuck ups, but that's kind of, I think, the normal process of whoever is doing something, then happens things. It's not like intentionally, I don't know, some client will find out that this product wasn't exactly what he expected, and we didn't thought that, and then we need to find a solution. So not in.
But let me then rephrase. You've done a lot of projects, so have all of them made money? Have you had projects where you've lost money?
Yes,
okay.
We have. So if we take that, we've finished, let's say 10 plus projects, then 2 of them have made a minus,
right?
Because of the main reason has been the time. We didn't control the time. There was some issue with taking much longer, and that killed the equity return. Because in a real estate development, you are actually thinking it's a development business, but it still comes down for the equity investment business. So you
finance. Makes sense. Okay. Could you share some, I don't know, tips or insights on how you save money in your project? Because a lot of things cost money. There's always time pressure, for sure. That's critical. You have a certain budget, and in order to maximize or have optimal returns, you need to be smart with the costs.
Actually, I would say opposite.
Okay.
You need to be bold.
Okay.
And willing to invest more.
Okay.
To make the project successful. And I will say that Invego is, we don't want to make any ordinary project or ordinary house. Let the other, I don't say the names, developers doing this. It's maybe in Excel looks even better for their side.
Right.
But there is no fun, no something to be proud of,
right.
And I have somehow, starting in the first apartment, what I told I made, I invested a lot, made a special design, making it like a really good, and I ended up renting it for I think US Embassy with a really high price.
Wow.
So and that's the mentality right. That we need to make it better. We need to make it special and not ordinary. Mm-hmm. And willing to do that, then even in the hardest markets, I remember the bad crisis. Then we was able to sell the record prices because then somebody still needed that.
Yeah.
How many years do you have entrepreneurship experience?
Okay. I don't count the selling the ice cream, but from the high school starting
whole life.
30 plus years, 40 plus years. How much is it?
Yeah, 30 years.
Wow. And I think many would agree that entrepreneurship is the biggest personal development journey for many people, right?
It's definitely most interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
Of course.
It's not easy. There is many times think, oh, why I choose that? Now I need to worry this or that and this challenge and that challenge and then no time at all for a fun. But thinking how interesting the life is.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I want to ask you.
That's like a. Yeah, fuck, every day is so cool and interesting that I wouldn't change it nothing.
Mm.
And I want to ask you maybe what are the life lessons you have accumulated in your experience and what are something you could share to like anybody, me and Matis maybe, And I really love your outfit. And it's like,
thank you. Recently, I've developed that thinking that most important is constantly to move on.
Do not get stuck.
Not get stuck, and then it comes in your thinking that you're that's what I said, that today is yesterday. That's in the product, developing a product. You need to think in the same way, but everything you do, you need to think also tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking tomorrow is get you going, keeping you in a move, and then the journey is one what you're actually enjoying.
I buy that. Just last question on real estate, kind of related things on my side. The tokenization. Do you know anything about it? You care about tokenization of real estate? Is it a thing for you, or that's not, doesn't pop up on your radar?
That's in a real estate, tokenization is it's something like this. What is the snow person? How you say that everybody talking about, but nobody has seen him.
Okay.
So
snowman.
Snowman.
Gotcha.
So it's because many of I know many people who are in the tokenization and of that field.
Yes.
And I'm asking, do you know any project, what real estate, what actually has been tokenized?
Mm-hmm.
And I heard one in somewhere, I don't know, in Dubai, maybe one apartment,
right.
something like. So it's tokenization. Itself, it's really good, and the blockchain and all of that. But in the real estate, somehow it's haven't.
Another thing. Can I ask you just last few questions in terms of kind of private life, where you are now in your life when it comes to the balance between how much you work and pay it and spend time on business versus your other interests, and what are those other interests? You're fit, you do sports, or is it like you spend time on spirituality? What is it?
Year ago or half a year ago, one of my friends told, Kristjan is your my friends who is doing the most work. So when you start to work, deal with your hobbies.
Okay.
You need to start. And then I was thinking,
having hobbies.
People are my friends calling, let's play to golf something. And I was thinking, finding excuses not to go and stay in office.
Okay.
And then I was thinking, actually, I'm dealing with my hobby every day. So I'm the luckiest person in life that there is a way to say that if you make your hobby to your work, then you don't need to work any day in your life.
Right.
And that's what I feel, and that's actually really giving every day, waking up, giving me energy of going to the work and doing things. And
so you haven't had situations of burnout, feeling like, okay, I mean, you'll have lack of motivation, maybe lack of direction, regardless of material success that you make money, but just like lacking a bit of a purpose.
I don't know. I never thought about money. I'm thought about achieving something. I don't know. Building this apartment, creating this development, building these houses. So actually kind of like in a small boy playing with the Legos. So
but your Legos are just very big and very expensive.
Now it's big, and then the real and then it's like they say, if you're in a constantly in a long time period doing something, then hopefully the success enough to live okay life will come along. But about hobbies, I 1.5 year I ran my first marathon.
Oh wow, nice.
In
What
Berlin Marathon. It was like 4:20,
Nice.
and now last November I ran the New York Marathon.
Oh, wow.
350. So
350.
Yeah.
Nice, good progress. Half an
I
hour progress.
was really happy.
So you still run every day or regularly?
Not every day, but let's say I tried to exercise every day. 30 to
Some- yeah,
1
yeah.
minute to the 1 hour.
The New York Marathon, where you're like doing sightseeing, or was it just like asphalt?
Both.
Both, yeah.
Well, then.
Both. That actually, it's crazy. Then if you're thinking about this New York Marathon, then there is
How many
42 kilometers, everybody screaming on the side.
Yeah,
Go, go.
the whole through the
Oh,
whole
really?
race.
But
Yeah,
that gives a lot of
so
lot of
it's
motivation,
actually
to be
are
honest.
it
Yeah,
actually are kind of flying.
Right.
You
It's
are
very important.
It's this
Massively
it gives you
important.
emotionally so much that you're not thinking, are you tired or not, or just you need to go.
In triathlon, it's a bit different, especially when you're cycling. You're whatever 90th kilometer, and there's
Yes,
nobody around.
yes,
You're like
yes.
going uphill, and there's somebody just passing you, and you're what the fuck is
I
this?
I
What
know.
are you
I
doing?
have done in triathlon in somewhere in my youth, so
Okay.
it's a little different to run alone in in a forest,
In the
but
woods
that's
somewhere.
also fun.
Yeah, it has a different vibe. Man.
When I did my research, I also found you have an interest in art.
Yes, I'm a big fan of design and art, and yeah, that's my passion as well. It's and that's actually and the thinking the work I do, the Invego, though we are. That's what we do actually. We represent the design and doing things differently and creating the different looks.
What are some inspirations when it comes from art and design world, people or projects or concepts, or for you?
That comes along what I said before, that if you want to be successful, you need every day to kind of feel the market and look the trends. So yeah, I have been traveling around the world with the example in Estonian Architect Association together with the team of architects, visiting different countries and projects. And then in every year we are doing with Invego, we travel different part of the world to learn the new trends and the new projects there, getting the lessons from their architects. And so that's constant learning is giving this inspiration, and the art is part of that. Last couple of years I have visited different art fairs in around the world. That's also really, really cool, and I all my money going into my next projects. So I just have bought maybe some young artists.
Which
but
ones you buy? Like they're more Baltic or international?
Both, but mostly who I actually personally meeting.
Okay.
There was a funny story. I made one business deal in the years back with Estonian Art Association, and then we sit in notary to signing a deal like 4 hours with all the details with the president of the art association.
To do something for your company, or
we bought some real estate belonged to them and developed that. And then in the end I thought, okay, I'm not signing before you're telling me 3 young artists who are gonna be very famous and successful in the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And after that, I contacted all of them. And 2 of them are today my really good friends, even if they're much younger. And I have bought many works for them. So meaning that I was thinking that even if they are not getting famous, or I'm supporting their journey or their
Can you
studying.
give one of their names so we can pull it up, see what the art looks like?
Yeah, Liisa Jugapuu.
Estonian, yeah?
Estonian, yeah.
Let's see what she's got.
How do you spell it?
Last, L, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Abstract a little bit? Or?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very nice color. I like the colors.
And now in this spring, there is a program in Estonia supporting young athletes, the artists, together with the who is in art academy, and then we are partnering up with this persons who are doing it, and we're doing it in Riga as well. So it should come there like a young artist expedition and auction in this spring in Riga as well.
Is it established already? What dates and so on? My wife is into
it's
art,
not
so
correct, but yeah, it somewhere end of May and beginning of June.
Would be great. And it will be a place to visit where you can see.
Yes, it will. I don't know exact location, but they will put it in 2 weeks. All the works on a site, and then it will be digital and then auction, and then you can. And that's actually cool because then you can start to kind of keep your fingers to this artist. Is
right.
it how he's doing? Of course, all of them not gonna be famous, but it's
okay.
I'm not an arts expert. I know marketing and sales. So Mix, show this. What do you see in a painting like this, which is Rothko, where people spend 70 million for red, like color, basically. So why and what do you understand from this painting?
You need, first of all, you need to see it in real life. And these colors will start to live. So the deepness of that, it's looking for that, you are not understanding. But if you have been visiting an art gallery and standing in front of that
speaks to you.
And then it starts to live. I visited the New York Art Fair in like a year ago, and then visited some gallery where was some Japanese, I don't remember the name, painter work. Just blue, just black, just red, nothing else.
Yeah.
And then you're standing and looking at it, and it kind of makes you cray. Actually, I want it, and then I asked the price. Every work was like 1 million.
What?
Yeah,
what?
It's just meter by meter, one color kind of. But the artists, it's how they know how to play with this color and make it.
Maybe they do like some voodoo stuff, like, make people feel some energy. I don't know, like it seems crazy.
This is the first painting I bought for my home office. I really love it. It's a Latvian artist, Kaspar's. Forgot the surname, but yeah. I like those vivid colors.
But the art is personal. You need to love it. Somebody like this abstract, somebody like not abstract. You need to, and the story is always also. Cool. So that's what I said. I don't have much art, but what I have bought, most of them I have met personally. I can call many of them of my good friends today. Speaking with them is really inspiring for me. How they will develop their ideas and work, and that's creativity. What we need in our everyday life, in business, in what we are developing the homes.
Yeah, cool.
I don't have a picture of my art which I bought, but let me also show. I bought this painting. I don't know. I don't have
resolution, but
I don't have a good photo from it. It's just white with paint, but
I
it was
it.
Interesting because it was like dripping. It was dripping, so it was.
I love it.
It's this Eva Bondra. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I really love it. Nice. I love the abstract one.
Abstract
and this is we in our office in Riga. This Strelnik was 8. You can come to visit. We have similar painting of.
You see.
Where do you have the office in Riga?
In Strelniku 8.
Is this, where Mimosa
So yeah,
Cafe
Mimosa.
is?
Yeah.
Rose Gold.
What
Yes.
Mimosa? This is also so interesting. Like cafe in Latvia, like new cafe, and it has a line outside, people waiting. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you
Yeah,
people?
it's our building, and when we looked at tenant, then the Alexander, the guy behind of these restaurants, Snatch and the Catch, and and now it's just Madame May. They have always line.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
So I won, and when they opened, it was crazy. It was first day when they opened, they had 100-meter line.
What? Yeah,
And then
really?
it was-
People
and it was-
outside waiting. It's like, what
two
the hell?
weeks, 2 months, everything was booked.
That I can't
So
understand.
they
beyond me.
they're
Like for
doing
cupcakes.
something right in
Yes,
their
for
in
sure,
their
for
business.
sure.
Once I came with my boy to the Riga and thought on Monday evening I go to the Snatch.
Yeah.
I love the food.
Full of people. You couldn't get
Full
a
of people.
table?
I didn't get table. I was
Interesting,
yeah. You always need to make a reservation. But
We should
but
get it in the
I
podcast,
really
right? Yeah.
love the
That'll be cool.
and it's not only the food. It's the atmosphere.
Atmosphere, yeah,
So
yeah.
you want to be there.
Yeah, it's cool.
And
It's
that's
very hip.
the mimosa as well. So
Nice.
Nice. No, cool.
That's it. Wrap
Thank you
up.
for coming.
Kristjan, thank you. Much
Let's,
appreciated.
we should the projects to be built fast, good projects.
Bold
Bold
and creative.
yes,
Like you like it.
that's exactly the right that I hope we can do crazy stuff, the
Yeah.
bold stuff,
Yeah.
and there will be market for that. So
Yes,
meaning that the average clients are usually like
Conservative.
conservative. They want what they used to have.
Yes, exactly.
It's like this Ford example that he said. I mean, the people ask for people, they still
The faster horse.
faster horse.
Not a car. Yeah.
So not the car. So we need to think constantly and educate the customer. And I hope that there will be. I actually like the Latvians people. They are. I see that they're really inspiring them.
Nice. That's a good note to finish on. All right. Thanks, Kristjan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Cool.